Hey guys, Jim Chester coming to you live, Berkshires 2018, Sturbridge, Massachusetts. I have the honor of talking to King Sushi here. This guy is Tristan Schaub. He's got a lot of really cool things, real pro on the mic, so I don't have to say too much. I'm going to let him take over. He's going to talk about LinkedIn a little bit, and we're going to talk about the upcoming Cairo Sushi Summit, June 23rd, 24th, Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Westgate. So take over, Tristan.
Yeah. Hey, man, first of all, you know I love you. It's been an interesting weekend, man. I've been made fun of quite a bit on the stage from some of the speakers, so it's always good to have your balls broken by some of the big wigs out there. It's just a great event, man. This is one of our favorite ones to come to, right?
This is actually where Tristan and I met.
We met in person. No, we met at Cal Jam.
We met at Cal Jam, and then we spent the whole weekend here.
Yeah, we spent the whole weekend here last year, and
which was a riot.
Yeah, I kind of feel that people. It was weird because Peter Kevorkian went out there and said, "Hey, who wants to commit to bring people?" And we all do that at all our events. Who's going to bring people to their events, and who's got the time and energy to do that? And I feel like some people really are protective of the Berkshires because it's a safe place for them to let go, really go and do some masterminding with their colleagues and peers. There have been no arguments, but there have been very heated discussions and lively discussions, which have been exciting. Dr. Mo Andrews was, my bro crush for David Fletcher has been replaced by Dr. Mo. So I have my new crush. She was just genius, and this has just been a great event. And one thing I strive for with the Cairo Sushi Summit and the Cairo Sushi is I hope to get to that place where we can be like Dr. Garber, giving back more to the community. We're kind of working on that. One of the reasons why we bring in names and celebrities outside of the chiropractic sphere of influence is because I think we need to have that connection to that outside world that can actually help spread a message of chiropractic to their community. So I'm in awe of what Dr. Scott Garber's created here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I love to come here. It's my second year running, and I know that this is the place if you want to network with some of the major players in the profession and you want to hear what the sharpest talks that people provide.
Well, the big thing is, Scott told me we're in Boca for the marketing event from Sean Dill for Black Diamond Club. And Scott looked and paused at me and said, I think I made a mistake calling it the philosophy event because I think some people think it's just philosophy. There's a lot of great philosophy here, but more, it's a research symposium mixed with really great practice building strategies. I mean, Wednesday night, Sean Dill kicked off with about 3 hours worth of content that if you came just for that, covered your travel, covered your hotel stay, covered your investment into the Berkshires, let alone that. So this event's been filled up with some really great marketing discussions, sales discussions with Close for Cairo and Black Diamond Club. I love the merging of the efforts, and not afraid to say that I didn't say I'm going to piggyback off that at Cairo Sushi Summit because we're going to have breakouts for Black Diamond Club. We're going to have breakouts for Close for Cairo. We're going to have breakouts for Dynamic Essentials. So, and Pam Jarbo and Barbie and so many people where we're going to have a stage where you can go and get TED Talk style inspirational talks, idea generators, action solving, problem solving talks, and then go in and kind of speed date with some of the top coaches. So I've definitely looked at what Scott's done and gone, okay, how can we do what he's doing in a way, but do it sushi style,
So sushi style. Let's talk about sushi. Let's talk about some of the lineup and some of the things that the impending excitement is all about.
I think what you look at years ago, there were at one point, and every people that don't know, I was a Parker kid. My grandparents went to Parker for years. I've stated my case about where I think Parker's at and where Parker's going, and I saw an opportunity to say, hey, we can really take a piece of that pie of the entrepreneurial chiropractic seminar and do it once a year. I think that, in the old days, it was go to 4 to 6 Parkers a year. I think nowadays it's go to Cal Jam, go to Berkshires, go to Sushi, go to Mile High, hit up a DE. You can be well-rounded. You can go every 2 or 3 months to a really great event and each one's going to be different. So my goal with Cairo Sushi was to make it really unique with what is our differentiating factor? Well, if you look at the lineup, about 40% of the speakers are actually not chiropractors or successful entrepreneurs. From Tucker Max, who is a 3-time best-selling author and now a founder of $1 million startup called Book in a Box. Coop Blackson, who I consider to be the next Tony Robbins. He's going to be the Tony Robbins of our generation as we start aging. And we have other people like Brian Tracy, who's a legend, who has coached Tony, who has coached so many other leaders in the profession of personal development, sales, and marketing. Tom Bilu, who's the founder of Quest. He's a unicorn. He's a billion-dollar startup founder. And then we have Jason Richardson, who's a world champion BMX and personal development guru. Bruce Servant, who's a 7-time award-winning PR dude. We have Davin Michaels is probably the most excited. We were talking offline about this. Davin Michaels was the founder of 123 Employee. He's the king of outsourcing. And he's really just probably one of the most wealth of knowledge when it comes to how to utilize LinkedIn to build your business. So he's got about an hour and a half where he's going to split up how to outsource your business and your practice, and he's going to talk about how to build your practice with LinkedIn strategies that really are high-level hacks for accelerated growth. So he's probably the one I'm really most excited about. And then we have some really great smart. We got Sean Dill, Barbara Eaton, Pam Jarbo, Liam Schubel. Some really smart, successful chiropractors.
What about this JP Sears guy?
Oh, I forgot about JP. Yeah. He's just going to come in and insult the profession, Jim. I'm sorry. That's the word on the street. JP makes fun of everything, and he's going to come in and actually just tear up chiropractic. No, JP is going to focus on 2 things. One is mindset and how to be, and this is a beautiful thing. Chiropractors are weird, right? Let's be honest. Chiropractic is weird. Chiropractors are weird in the eyes of the beholder that are perceiving what they're seeing. JP is going to come in and say, embrace your weirdness. He's going to talk to you about how to be weirder, how to, from a mindset standpoint and being authentic. And then he's going to transition into, I think, a topic that he really knows and owns, which is how to build a YouTube community of followers. And we both know video is huge. YouTube is the second most used search engine. So he's going to talk about how to captivate a following, how to put on more of a show than just putting out content, if that makes sense, and how to discover what your show is. He's going to be around for Q&A. We're going to do live Q&A with him, too, so the audience will get all the main speakers, all the keynote speakers are going to be available for Q&A. In fact, Brian Tracy is going to be doing an exclusive lunch after his keynote, sponsored by Sherman College and Life West College. So it's a joint effort by the colleges. This was really huge. And Brian Tracy will be available for another hour to do Q&A with the invites. And we're going to be doing on Saturday a luncheon, and we're going to be showing your documentary that you've been working on, which I'm excited about.
So Luke and I are actually premiering Project Patient, our follow-up documentary on chiropractic, on this Saturday. It's a luncheon sponsored by one of the amazing
Legacy Wealth
Management.
And I believe we'll have one other sponsor. The rumor it might be closed for Cairo, helping out to add some more lunch spots there. But I'm excited, man. Last year I was shitting bricks, dude. I was like, this is the first time I'm ever doing this, and it's not. And I think a lot of people knew, like when we got Grant Cardone, they knew how much he cost. It's not to buy tickets, and I'm full disclosure with everything I say.
I love that about you, by the way.
Like, the reason we're bringing in these big names is, one, I want to get the other speakers excited about the platform that they're on. I mean, this is kind of like our own 10X Growth Con. If you look at it, it's the closest thing out there that's being done where we have really big names outside the profession. So I want to get the other platform speakers because there is so many events, and so I want them to bring their best. And I think being challenged and knowing, like, Tucker Max is going to be there the whole week. To have someone like that's going to be watching you, you're going to step up your game because now you're talking to some other people. You're not just talking to your colleagues anymore. So we're going to have all fresh content from every platform speaker. The second reason was to bridge that gap between the entrepreneurial world and the chiropractic world. So a lot of the work that we're doing in Cairo Sushi is focused on how to build your practice and your business B2B, which is not the traditional route, which is B2C, spinal screenings, one spine at a time, one family at a time. We're saying, damn, we got one of the best programs and platforms out there. We can go grab 300 new patients by working with our businesses. So the third reason was obviously sell tickets. I'm not going to, that's, come on. If you go to this event, I know that 3 of these guys have shared the stage together at an event where it costs literally $2,000 to go to. So we're doing this for a fraction of that. We are working on proceeds to go for a couple different avenues and channels like the Australian Spinal Research, Oklahaven Children's Center, and some tragic stuff that's happened this year with some personal friends of ours. Obviously, Dr. Jeffrey, who passed the other day, was one of the first Cairo Sushi Summit speakers.
I remember.
So we're working on something like that to help out with Jana and the family there. And so, we want to give back. And, I've been kind of accused in certain groups, hey, these guys are putting money into these speakers. But I believe truly if we have this, and I saw what Jim Parker did, analyzing, bringing in, I think Tony Robbins got to start. Napoleon Hill's first ever talk, I told you this, right? Was at a Palmer Lyceum back when Napoleon Hill got his start. There's always been this synergy with the personal development, the sales space, and chiropractic, and it kind of died out. I think we need to have these guys in our corner, and I think they need to learn about what it is that we have to offer. And I think it could be a paradigm change. That's my goal.
Well, I think the profession gets much stronger when people that are leading the pack of their influence believe more heavily in the chiropractic systems.
Man, it was scary. I was reading the other day. We had quotes from Michael Jordan. We had quotes from Evander Holyfield of the 80s. It was Jerry Rice. And we're still kind of repping.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
Now in his 40s. Aaron Rodgers, a Cairo kid. That's a little bit different. But, ESPN put out an article about a guy helping LeBron James's back. And he wasn't not even a chiropractor, not even a PT. He was like a biomechanical scientist. Basically a personal trainer with a little bit above credentialing. I'm not knocking what he does. But we have not owned. So we've always wanted to be in the sports space. And I'm going, we're in the optimization business, We need to be leveraged with like people like Sean Dill, who's working with Jay Abraham. We need to be working with like the business leaders, because here's what we can sell them. It's really clean. We can make you more money, save you money, and make your business life easier with chiropractic involved in your whether it's a perk, whether it's you're referring your employees, or whether it's on-site chiro. And I go and say to business owners all the time, Google has an on-site chiropractor. Why don't you? Because Google gets it. They need their team to be optimized. They know it's about peak performance. So we need to start really looking at that direction for chiropractic and stop thinking just sports. Not everyone's going to – the chances of becoming LeBron James are very slim, but the chances of you becoming a successful business owner are very high, actually, in America. So –
and I know that there was one rabbit hole you wanted to chase down a little bit, and it was about LinkedIn.
Oh, so a lot of people, we have so much of the Facebook guru stuff. I've been sitting on the fence. I tried to talk to a couple people that we're close with and say, hey, you should learn LinkedIn. You should actually be positioning LinkedIn. So no one's doing it, so I finally decided, okay, so if you're not a part of Cairo Sushi Samurai, Jim's a mentor in Cairo Sushi Samurai. We do one-on-one workshops. It's a great program to learn how to empower yourself to do stuff. We are making a huge shift. We're still going to focus on Facebook, but a huge focus area is going to be on LinkedIn this year. LinkedIn allows you to have images with text in their ads. It has better targeting. You can actually target on all the cool stuff that Facebook is going to be taking away from us. So LinkedIn's just sitting there going, with all this Facebook stuff, is going, oh yeah, finally people are going to realize. When we built Dr. Base, one of my startups, our highest investment every month was in LinkedIn because it brought us the most quality people. And I think it's true in healthcare, in the healthcare space. So if you're ready to take on LinkedIn, let's do it.
Cool. Well, let's close out by talking a little bit about the Samurai and the upcoming Cairo Sushi event.
Yeah, so Cairo Sushi Summit, June 21st through 23rd. It's going to be in Las Vegas, and It's going to start Thursday, go through Saturday. We have a theme party called Wet Hot American Summer where you can dress up like you're in summer camp in the 80s. We're going to have, I'm working on a hosted bar, so you don't have to spend any money on booze for the party. So you can help me out by showing up. And we have a couple great luncheons like we talked about. We have the 6 keynotes. We have a keynote for a morning session and our afternoon sessions every day. And then we have breakout rooms with all the different, I call the top tier coaches, Dr. Ed Osborne, Barbara Eaton, Sean Dill, Close for Cairo. So that you can experience, if you want to dip in, I've been hearing about Men of Iron. I've been hearing about the laptop lifestyle. Let me dip my toes in. You can dip your toes in and get a full immersion experience, if you will. We'll be doing a breakout with DE on Thursday night. This is really exciting. So you can get your tickets either the old-fashioned way. You can go to KairoSushiSummit.com and buy your tickets, or you can join Kairo Sushi Samurai, and you get up to 4 free tickets, plus access to our group, access to work one-on-one with Kairo Sushi founders. And, we have guys that are working on communication with my dad, calling them up, talking about how to do better with retention. I'm working with individuals on a one-on-one level on how to build their Facebook campaigns so they don't have to spend that $1,500 to $2,000. They can do stuff that's efficient and effective. Again, our mantra, save you money, make your life easier.
Awesome. Well, you heard it from King Sushi, Tristan Schaub. This guy is just such a legend and such a hardworking individual. If you guys aren't on the sushi, get your sushi game on. Come out there and see what it's all about this year. Last year was amazing, but I can't tell you what it's going to do for the profession going forward. And coming out here to Berkshires 2018, Sturbridge, Massachusetts, this place is rocking. People are honestly, they're leaving it all on the field. So when I say that, I'm saying that the people that come off of that stage that are speaking to this audience, they're leaving it all up there. And they come out and they give their best of the best. So if you didn't make it to 2018 Berkshires, make sure you get here next year. Yeah. You're just one story away. Keep hustling.